Hello, everybody. So, let me tell you, being gone and trying to make a bunch of videos and all, I have the biggest mess, and I still never got everything switched from the other room to this room, and some stuff, boxes around, and it's a disaster in here. And so I was going to straighten in here, and we know how that happens, right? We get sidetracked. And I thought, I've got these crafters companion boxes and I don't know what's in them. I know that I broke down some of my most of my kits. And, well, at the time, all that I had, I broke them down. I put all the papers together, all of that. Because they were just taking up too much space, and space is valuable in our craft room, right? So, but I guess somewhere along the lines, I picked up some more, probably a special deal. And I seen the boxes, and I'm like, let me see, maybe I put something else in them that I'm missing or what. And I opened up this one, and it says embroidery dies, and I thought, I don't even remember embroidery dies in a crafter's companion craft kit. And I opened it up, and honestly, it didn't look like this. This stuff was still on the top. So I obviously had opened it. And it's embroidery, and it's got this whole thing. So I thought, let's do this. I mean, it's even got the needle and the thread and all of that. So I'm going to keep this because I want to see how they do the flowers. They do recommend that you only use 2 strands. The dies, they didn't give you that many dies. They gave us a butterfly and flowers. And that's about it. Now, what I'm going to say to you is there is no reason you cannot make your own embroidery designs on paper. All you got to do is poke a hole in it with the needle and figure out how you want it. That's all there is to it. It's pretty simple. I mean, and we all did that lacing stuff when we were in school, right? With the laces and the holes in the boards and stuff. But anyways, these are the dies. I'm going to put these back so I don't lose them. And then it came with the needle in here, in this nice little tube so it doesn't get lost. It might not be real sharp. I'm not thinking that it is. And there's this floss, and it's pretty bright colors. I mean, it's all pretty bright. So, but it's here. And then in here we have colored card. And it's the Crafter's Companion card, so it's good quality. And then we have pattern paper, which I don't know if this was part of the original set or I just somehow put these in here. See? I don't know. And card blanks. And see, this doesn't even look like it's been opened. Dewdrops. I might have opened it, but it doesn't look like I have. And it's pretty stuck together now, but clear dewdrops, which you can take your alcohol pens and color. There's some stamps in here that are supposed to be in this envelope. So let's go ahead and put them in there. If I can. My fingers are not wanting to work right now, I guess. And then envelopes for the card blanks. And I believe, to me, it looks like the card blanks are probably 4x6. We'll check them and measure them. It looks like 4x6. 4. Yep, 4x6. Which I always like doing the 5x7s. But if I'm not doing the 5x7, I love the 4x6 for some reason. I don't know. We all have our preferences, and that's mine. And then we have all these things. Yeah, that paper did come with it because it's right there. So, let's do one. Let's do one of these cards. And, I want to keep it pretty simple because it is a video and I don't want it to be too long. So I'm thinking we'll do the butterfly here. So I need the butterfly die. So metal dies. That's the clear stamps. There's the paper. Let's see how close to theirs I can make it look. Metal dies. There's the butterfly. So we need to just do the butterfly. Get it over here somehow. Ugh. And it doesn't say 180, no, 180 elements. It doesn't give a number or anything like that, so I don't know when this came out. Now we need some of the colored card, and they used white for that one, and I don't know if there's white in here. I don't see white. So we'll just pull our own white. I'm sure with the size of it. I can hear all these things going off out there. Yeah, I just got this right here, so that should, there we go. Just remember, I did say this is a mess in here, so please be patient with me if I have any issues here going. It's been one of those days for me, and I am actually still in my pajamas. And it's not early, but I'm still in my PJs. And I just thought, man, I need to make room in there, and I need to straighten in there, and I just, got all these videos to make to be ready in case of, and okay, here's a butterfly. So now I want to put this back in the dies. in with the dies. And they give us this big old envelope for these dies. It doesn't make much sense, but it is what it is. Okay. So the card that I want to make, they use the blue to outline a butterfly. Where it looks like a lot. We could be here a while, folks. I don't even know if I know how to do this, to be honest with you. It's been so long since I've done anything like this. So I'm going to do the best I can. And then you can leave in the comments what I did wrong. Or the correct way to do it. Now, here's the needle. I thought, oh, did I already lose the needle? So they used the blue, and honestly, there is one still left in here, hopefully. No, it's yellow. So, no blue, but there's this color. That messes things up. Why is there not blue? Well, so here's what I'm going to do. I see one in there, but that's an inside end. It seems like there should be, here it is. Okay, and I'm just going to take some. I don't want it to be too long, but I don't want it to be too short either, because I don't want to have to keep coming back. So, I'm going to cut it, and these are going to go back in the bag, because I don't want to lose them. And then we're going to separate the two. Here's two. So what I find is you usually want to hold one end while you're pulling, because it'll do that. And normally if you hold an end, it doesn't get as bad. Okay. So now I got a small piece. This will go up here. And this is going to go in my needle. I'm going to use the two that they suggest. So if I was doing a fabric, I believe I always did 3 as halved it. And you know, it used to be okay to, it used to be okay to lick it. I'm saying, not anymore. I think that would gross people out, but I do have a squirt bottle. So what I'm gonna do is just get a little bit of water on my finger and wet it. It doesn't seem like it works as well. I can get one in, I can't get them both in. Oh, wait. Do I have 3? No, there's only 2. So one of them's wanting to come apart at that other end. So let me try this end. That's not good. It should not want to come apart. They don't want to go in. There, I got it. Well, there we go. 10 minutes of the video spent threading the needle. Okay. So, I guess you're not supposed to knot the end. So don't knot the end. Okay. We're going to find where we want to start. I think let me find that paper that shows how they did the butterfly, because that will help me figure out where I want to start from. Okay, they didn't do any down the middle in the blue. So this one is in the blue. You're going to have to come up through the front the first time, no matter what. And then get your tail and just hold it there. Now I'm going to go backwards. Okay. Come up. Then I can go forward. It's been so long since I've done this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, the way I'm going to do it, and like I said, if I'm doing it wrong, let me know. But I'm going to come up the whole ahead from the back and then go down this one. And that's how I'm going to get my solid line. Now, I remember being a child and doing embroidery. Maybe not a child, maybe I was a teenager. I don't know. But doing embroidery. And I saw this girl. And she was doing like regular sewing and leaving these, every other one, empty. And then she, on her way back, would get those empty ones, every other one, just like sewing. And I remember, it might have been my grandma asked, why can't I do that? And she said, no, that's not the right way to do it. So, would it work with this? I don't know. But now that I'm older and I'm thinking, if it looks the same and it looks okay, does it matter if it's the right way or not? I mean, as a kid, I thought, oh, that's not the right way. Okay. If that's not the right way. Whatever Grandma said, Grandma was always right. So I think the rule of thumb is, however far you have to go, you want your thread double that. No. Here's where they start crissing and crossing. And I'm not so sure I want to do that. I think I'm going to keep on, and then I'll decide in a minute if I want to do that or not. So I'm just going to keep going, doing what I'm doing. This needle really doesn't have a sharp point. Oops. Yep, we get distracted. But I'm making a video, so I'm still accomplishing, right? It's not that I got distracted and I'm not accomplishing anything. Okay. Okay, there's one outline around it. Now, do we want to do that? What they did or not? Because it's just a matter of doing this. Coming here. Every other one. If I can find that hole. Coming here. This might just be too long a video to try to do this whole butterfly. and then make a card. So we'll have to see how long this takes. And it doesn't usually take that long to do. It's just for the sake of the video, it could be a very long thing to do. Especially when I have to rethread the needle again. Okay. And down. Now they go down these again in here. So I'm going to go up to this top one. And my string is not quite going to be long enough, I don't think, to finish it. But let's kind of keep our fingers crossed that I can make it. Just hoping. But I doubt it. I would hate to have to start, man, I would hate to have to start all over. Well, I wouldn't start all over, but I mean, thread and do a little bit in here and then go to another spot. Okay. What I might do is just do one wing. Of the butterfly. See, I gotta be able to make it in and through and in and back through. See, I couldn't, but let's see if I can poke it through. Oh, I can't see where it goes. This might be too big. Yep, that's not gonna fit in now. Let's see. Hmm. There we go. There we go. I got it. Can't believe it. I got it in there. So there's that. And then they have all the little flowers. So, So that really didn't take that long. But I'm not sure how it wants these little flowers done. What colors did they use in here? Orange, pink, just different colors. So now these pieces of string don't need to be that long, but I don't want to cut a bunch of short ones because then I have two of the really short pieces, which would be all right because I got all those flowers to do, I guess. I can't find the end. I'm getting ready to do a crochet project. And I'm going to have to follow a pattern. And I don't know if I talked about my crocheting. I'm not good at following patterns, so I've crocheted. I cannot find the end. I have crocheted for a long time, since I was a little girl. I have probably crocheted longer than I ever did embroidery, and a lot more often. There's the end. I knew it had to be here somewhere. That's bunching up. So the thing is, I had like one lesson one day from another girl, a child, just like I was at the time. And so it was really just, this is how you hold the needle, here's how you do a loop, there's where, and everything else I just figured out myself. So I don't know what the abbreviations stand for. I believe I do double crochet, but I'm not positive about that. And I'm going to have to follow a pattern. So it's going to be quite the deal, and I hope it turns out well. I wonder if I could see this better if I looked through my phone. It looks like I just keep getting one through. I have needle threaders, but as big as this is, I shouldn't need it. There we go. Well, that was a little better last time, right? Okay, so for the flowers. Now, this is really weird because, okay, so for the flower, this one, they're just going across. They're not even going in the middle hole, they're just going across. So that's what we're gonna do. And I think I'm going to really crisscross it, I think. So there's the one flower. And I think I might do all these little flowers the same color. And I'm not going to cut it. I'm going to try to keep it from showing here somehow. I might not be able to do that very good. See, that's going right across there. I'll leave it loose so I can push it aside. That should work. I hope. All right. So there's those, and I'm just going to cut. And leave that. And now I have to pick another color for the big flower. How about, let's see. Let's do the red. These are all pretty mellow colors. Let's do, well, they did orange. They did the orange. Maybe we'll stick with their colors. I only had the one flower, but it looks like oh no, that's not going to be that much, I don't think. Looking for the end. I don't remember it being this hard to find before. I guess my eyes are not the same as they used to be. Well, okay, wait. I hate to do that. There. No, that's not it either. There it is. I doubt if I'll ever get that back on, so I'm not even going to try. I've never had to do that, pull that off. Usually they pick their own partners. So usually it's very easy to find two that want to stay together. Well, usually I did 3, didn't I? So maybe that's the difference. Let me try this dry, maybe. Nope, the fuzz. Oh, look at there. It worked this time. Okay. You liked it dry, I guess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is do all the big ones first, is what I'm thinking. I'm going to push that pink to the side. I'm going to go in. Now I guess we could go straight to the next one. I don't know if that's how they have it in their instructions or not. I haven't looked at their instructions. But I'm going to be honest, I like to see a lot of body in the middle. So I'm going to go in the middle. With all of them. And this may not work because that hole is not any bigger than these others, but we'll find out. And now we have the small ones. It's getting a little heavy in the middle. But like I said, that's the way I like it. I like a lot of body in the middle. But this might just be too much. It's getting tighter and tighter. Ugh. Come on. Ooh, it's getting real tight in there now. So this should be the last one. And the one next to it, I mean. Opposite end, I mean. Oh no. That did look like the last one. Did I miss one? Oh, it looks like I got them all. So there it is. Okay. I'm going to stop here. This is a long video. And it's just getting longer, and I don't think I have time to do everything. So what I might do, I think I showed you the one wing. I'll go ahead and do the other wing. I'll do the outside because that's going to be just like I did this outside. So that's just going to be the same. Nothing fancy there. And then I'll come back and we'll do the body and we'll put the card together. And that will be the next video. All right. I like the way it's looking so far. It's pretty. All right, everybody. If you like the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you want to see the next one where I finish the card, then you really want to hit the subscribe button. But thanks for joining me, and I hope you join me again. Bye-bye now.